I have a 4510 chainsaw too, which is on another film, and there will be one more. And the 4510 has heat in the handle. This is exactly the same chainsaw without the heat in the handle. Stop switch on, chain choke on, pre-start. It's so nice I almost don't dare to use it. And it has a brand new chain on it. So it's about 8 degrees outside. Dark weather here, 11th of November, Tysvær, Høye, Norway. I think this could be a nice experience. The wood is wet. And you also can change the idle by hand screwing this screw there. Very convenient. Brand new chain. Yeah, moving around. It's fully loaded with gasoline and oil. Oh. Oi. Well, it died out. Not what I wanted. I hope it doesn't drown. And that's what it did. So then I know I have that problem with it. It's actually drowned. It happened before on this chainsaw. I thought it was because it was so hot weather. But there is something going on. The choke is not stuck. Yeah, it needs to wait now. Well, that's things happens. You need to get to know a chainsaw. But I will find out what it is. So the story will continue with the chainsaw. Because I know that when it's cooled down now and drying up, it will work again. And I have the tool with me today so I can take out the spark plug and investigate, turn it upside down and see if it's full of gasoline in the crankcase or in the cylinder. Just have to do that. Go back to the car. So the chainsaw is spooking me. Off with the spark plug. Looks a little wet. I actually turn it upside down and see if it's dripping. And it is. So, probably you see it's wet around the opening here, so it's probably sensitive for getting too much gasoline. So then I need to take a closer look on the carburetor later on. It could be just it's too rich adjusted. It also could be just the needle arm is too high. It's very quite easy to work on the carburetor. It looks like I have been doing carburetor rebuild on it, and sometimes the spring on the needle arm is too strong, need to be shortened, and or too weak. But the most common thing is that the needle arm need to be lowered a little, because the pin on the gasoline pump or the diaphragm is pressure it down a little, and then it keeps the needle open. It lifts up the needle a little bit, and then you have too rich. It's not tight. It's not locked, sealed. This you test on carburetor. You learn that from a lot of places on YouTube. How to test. You can do it with your mouse. You don't need any instrument. You just test if it's closed. It's supposed to be closed when the diaphragm is not activated. So, and it should have a popping point when it opens. This and this much pressure, and then it's open. So minor adjustment in the carburetor, and this will be good to go. We know the chainsaw has ignition and good compression, and that's the main factors. It could be very little ground, not much, not extensively much fuel to make it drown. This is very sensitive things, and a little wrong adjustment and it will drown. I dry it a little bit now. It could be very quick to adjust this problem. It already could be working because I put it upside down and empty it for gasoline. This thing is more likely to happen when it's 15 degrees Celsius or more warmer in the weather. And could depends on if you are on the sea level or if you are 1,000 meters above the sea level. And if it's cold outside, warm or whatever. Actually, I have a feeling it will start now. I didn't put pre-start. The chainsaw is bugging down. what's high and what's low. Strange, I cannot read high and low here. Am I missing something? I think it's the lower one there, it's high. Yeah. I will have to repeat the process. A little boring, this thing, but you never know. I tested it before a couple of months ago, and I thought I had it in a nice position. Everything was okay. Doesn't look wet now. Strange. 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 Doesn't look wet, actually. I have a lot of parts, so I have another carburetor too. If I don't feel comfortable with the carburetor. This is the pulse line, and this is the fuel line. No, it will not start, but it didn't look wet. Could be something I don't understand here. I don't have a clue what it is. Could be like that, but I tried to give it some droplets of gasoline and see what's happening. So it's not because of fuel shortage, it's because something else, and that's most likely that it's drowned, and something makes it drown. So the nice looking thing, spark plug gap looks okay. So there is a problem. I thought this would be but it doesn't look, it doesn't feel drowned now. It could be a bad coil. Could be a bad coil. This is plastic, maybe? I'm not really sure. This is, I'm not sure if this is plastic. Yeah, this is plastic, I think so. But the casing is alu magnesium here and there. It gives sparks. So, need an investigation, obviously. Looks like. But the strange thing is it doesn't look wet. In the field diagnose. I didn't dare to stop it because I want to finish the film and the job here. So the chainsaw is new for me, but now it seems to be operating good. Seems to work good. Remember, this chainsaw has been standing maybe for unknown many years, so God knows what it could be. I adjusted it a little bit on the high. I guess I hit the high, so I made it a little more lean on high, and I turned down the idle by hand, as you could see. And maybe that's all it took, all it needs. Now it's evening and it's 3 hours later. And what really happened with the chainsaw? I did work on the adjustment. What I did is I adjusted the carburetor. Back. I felt I came out totally out of it. Didn't know up or down, and some chainsaws very sensitive on the adjustment, on the high and low screw. So I turned them all the way in again, and the low screw, the low jet, I put 1 1/4 out, and the high jet I put 1 1/2 out. That's a standard procedure in this kind of chainsaws. And then I think I got it fairly running good. And after I screw down this a little bit, this you can by hand. You don't need a screwdriver. You just use your hand and you turn around this, and then you adjust the idle. So this is 3 hours later in the garage, and this I want to lubricate this little bit. It's the pre-starter. It was hanging a little out there in the wild. As I told, this old chainsaw can have been sitting for many years. I cleaned it, and I think I made a carburetor rebuild on it. But I think I got it now. It needs to be used a little. It was dying off out. It got too wet, and then I didn't understand nothing because it's become too dry. So maybe I'll take it with me tomorrow and chop a little more with it. But I wanted to listen now, or I can go behind the garage and chop a little small wood piece. If it's working as I think it's do, I think it's stable now. You know, after all, it's an Echo. It's an Echo CS45 in the old type. And there is a small piece of wood there. Behind the garage here is a little wind outside, I imagine, yeah. Let's see if it operates okay now. It's a little dark, but you can hear the sound. Restart on, choke on, off and on switch on. Okay, 5 pull, I think it was. I let it down. I need to jag it a little on the pull. I think it's in order now. Very nice, huh? Thank you for watching. Remember to put like if you want. No doubt it's a very nice and good chainsaw.